Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses, and hopefully we're not having any technical difficulties. But um, when I was doing my sound test, I could only hear out of my left headphone. But I'm not about to let the devil, you know, take this information away from you guys. So with that being said, man, this video is about number one, placing your children in position so they can be in possession. Number two, being responsible for what you're not responsible for. Number one, the most important thing that you can give your child is not food, it's not shelter, it's not it's knowledge. Yes, every human being needs food, water, shelter, and clothing. But the most, your job as a parent is to make sure that you produce a child that is going to evolve into a responsible, respectable, productive, empathetic adult. And if your child is a psychopath, you have to groom them to direct their energies in ways that are going to be productive in a way that's not going to harm people. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna go to this. When I was growing up, I didn't get a lot of guidance from my parents. At some point in my life, I asked both of my parents individually, separately, to apologize for the lifestyle that I experienced as a child. And both of them said to me, Aaron, we cannot apologize. I cannot apologize for that because that stuff that you described happened over 10 years ago. And because it happened over 10 years ago, I am not the same person. I wouldn't make those same decisions if I had a choice to. So it would be unfair not only to myself but to you for me to apologize. I didn't understand that at the time, but I will say this, it is in my personal opinion that a child needs a parent from the age of negative 9 months to 24, 25, given the person, okay, and the circumstances and the situations. If your child is going to college and they're 18 and they get their papers and they come back home and they can afford to live on their own, should you help them? Should you provide shelter for them or food or water or clothing or something? Yes. Is a person able to make total adult decisions when they're 18, 19? No. Some people's brains don't fully develop until they're 30. Yes, they have specific habits. Yes, they have specific standards in life. But at the same time, they're not ready. Everybody's getting on TI because his daughter only does anal and oral. Okay? You can't make a baby in the butt, baby. You can't make a baby in the throat. And I don't know if Ti, would be financially responsible or have any obligations to a child that any of his children make while they're not married. I don't want to know that. He knows something we don't know. Am I gonna am I gonna persecute him? Am I gonna put him in moral prison because he does what he does with his daughter? That's his daughter, and his daughter is not over the age of 25. So you need to leave that man alone. A lot of people did a lot of. I've heard a lot. I heard that a man would, as weird as horrible. I'm not gonna call it weird. Weird is acceptable. Horrible and disgusting would physically check his own daughter's stuff. Okay, at least he's getting a doctor to do it. And Ti probably got that from somebody who would physically do it. It's a good possibility. Okay, I'm not whoever advised Ti to do that. I'm not saying that they did it, but it's a good possibility. Okay, you have to lace your children like a brand new leather. pair of Timbs. You have to give your child specialized knowledge, wisdom, and understanding every single day of their lives. Okay? I would, in a perfect world, I would sit my baby son, Jimmy, down every day in the morning, 15 minutes of meditation in the morning to program him to be successful, to use his time and knowledge wisely, and to make great decisions. Then after he got from school, I would have a 15-minute talk with him about what he learned, and then I would teach him something for the duration of no more than 15 minutes. I don't care what it is, and I think you should do the same. I don't care what it is, even if it's a new Spanish phrase of the day. And the next day, hey, kid, what does como se dice mean in Spanish? And they say, como se dice, you taught me that yesterday. That means, how do you say? And you say it right. Pat on the back. Boom. Validation. All right. Think about what if you did that every day? That child will learn a new language every other year if you did that every day. You could teach them something about psychology. Well, you can if you want to. Every day. You could teach them something about whatever. You could teach them things that schools are not going to teach them. Every day. It doesn't have to be the hardships that mommy and daddy went through. It doesn't have to be that, bro. See, the thing about it is, one thing that my mom did teach me is that you have to protect your child sometimes with lying. Take every opportunity. Because I was a curious child. One of my favorite sayings is, the best teacher is curiosity. I'm not a cat. I only have a lot of lives. But one day when I was watching a movie called Varsity Blues with my mother, I can't remember how old I was. I want to say it was like 8. I think Varsity Blues came out in like 2000, something like that. Wait, if Varsity Blues, I was young, right? And the large gentleman got a concussion and was bleeding from his ear and was, kind of woozy, off balance on the field. And I said, Mom, why is he acting like that? And she looked at me and she said, Son, no, you remember when he was drinking beer at the party? And I said, yeah. And she said, because he was drinking too much beer. That's what beer does. And I was like, oh, for real? That's what beer does. That was my program until I start drinking. You know why I never drank until I was a certain age? Because that's what I thought alcohol did to you. I thought that was the long-term effects, which it is. Don't drink, okay? Because beer gives you concussions. Even if you don't physically hit your head, you'll get brain damage. That's what happens, okay? But I said that to say this. Someone who, I'll get into her situation later. Someone told me that I should not be lying to my child in the same way. And put my mother in a moral prison, an ethical prison for doing this. And I said, so when your children ask you about all the stuff that you did, what are you going to tell them? I'm going to tell them the truth. I'm not going to lie to my children. And I was like, you're not going to lie to. So when they ask you about the yup, I was like, bro, if my child comes, if Jimmy's 3 now, if he comes up to me, and you have to excuse me, guys, because I'm about to get in the booth. I need some of this booth juice inside me. Jimmy asked me when he's 6 years old, Daddy, have you been in jail before? I'm going to lie. You know why I'm going to lie? Because if I would have asked I'm looking at his life through my eyes, because that is my reflection. The thing about it is, the result of your child is a lot of the times, 88% of the time, a direct reflection of your own masculine feminine and balanced energies, your household, and the efforts. Some things, some people just do whatever they want to do because we're going to get into that later on the second part. But for the most part, what you do for your children will be given back to you. So if he asks me, Daddy, have you been in jail? I'm going to lie to him. I'm either going to say, I'm not going to, I thought about saying this. You know what? I want you to ask me that when you're a little bit older. That means yes. You know what I'm saying? If he asks me, I'm gonna say no. And I'm gonna write that down on my journal to tell him on his maybe 11th, around 11th or 12th birthday, when he's old enough. Why? Because that's my child. Because pieces of my mind reside in his brain, bro. Why am I? Because why? Because a child thinks that what their parents did is okay at a certain age. Certain things can't be explained to a 6 year old or a 7, 8, 9, 10 year old. If my dad would have, if I would have discovered that my dad had been to jail, was gangbanging, been shot at a specific age, no matter how much, I'm not 6, bruh, and I'm not a woman. I can't empathize. I can't lower myself mentally enough to explain to a child why they shouldn't be doing certain things. All they're gonna see is I'm my son, I'm my father's child. I'm his seed. My dad is the coolest person on the planet. The sky is falling. Ain't no need to panic. And I want to be like my daddy. That's what they're gonna do. You know, the first time I ever turned my hat backwards was when I saw my dad do it when we went to a parade, and it was sunny. I was out here hat back. I was out here hat backwards, hat like this. Then I saw my dad walk up, cause I was with his family. That's my family too, but I was with my granny and my aunties, and I saw him walk up. He had on shades though, and he had his hat backwards, and I was, okay, I'm like my dad doing this the whole time. They're like, bro, why are you doing this? You got on the hat, why don't you? No, I want to be like my dad. That's what kids do, bro. You know, one of the things that made me want to be a criminal. I mean, this is gonna sound really ignorant. I'm gonna say it anyway, though. When my mother told me that where I grew up was the hood, I didn't know. I thought everybody lived how we lived at the time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know 107th and Calumet and the south side of Chicago and Roseland was the hood. I thought that was normal living. When she told me that and we moved to the suburbs, she said something. I was like, oh, what? I grew up in the hood. That means I could do hood stuff. That means I could do ghetto stuff. That means I'm a gangster. You know what I'm saying? If I thought like that when I was however old I was, I think it was like 10 or 11, maybe 12, I expect my son to think like that. And it doesn't matter if he is or if he isn't. I'm taking the precautions. I'm being cautious. I'm in fear of this child doing something that is not reflective of what I want him to do. And that's all it is. That same person that that told me not to lie to my child is in a pickle herself. I met her and I asked her, hey, have you ever thought, because she cussed herself, have you ever thought of covering up? I didn't even say covering up. I said getting a tattoo design with those cuts. And she said, why? So I could cover them up and hide myself and my true identity. And I was like, oh, you don't just cut yourself because it feels good to you and it relieves pain. You do it for attention because you're an attention whore. I didn't say that out my mouth, but I was thinking that. And sure enough, Aaron Moses, Daddy Moses. Oh, what happens? So, one of my daughters, she's in a horrible predicament. I said, what happened? She said, she started cutting herself. I was like, oh, really? Your daughter cuts herself? Really? Now, I didn't ask why. Because I'm not an idiot. I didn't need to ask why her daughter cuts herself. I don't need to know that. And she was like, yeah, you want to know why? And I was thinking, baby, I already know why. I'm not a freaking idiot. I graduated kindergarten. And I said, you know what? That's not really my business. But if you want to tell me, you can tell me. I'm not. I'm not lying. This is exactly what she said. She said, hmm, she cuts herself because she said she's always saw these scars on my arms, and she knew that I was dealing with my problems like that. So she thought it would be a good idea, and now she's a cutter, I guess. And I said, you don't freaking say. Of course. Because you didn't lace her. Because you want to be cool for your stupid little undergraduate freaking dropout friends. And you cut yourself and wear short sleeves so everybody could see, for validation or for people to either be attracted from to you or be repelled from you. That's dumb. And now what happened? Since you want to be cool, since they do anything for clout, you want to do anything for clout. That's what we call a clout vampire. You do anything for clout. You do something so horrible. It's fine if you want to cut yourself. It's a free country, bruh. As long as you do it this way and not that way. You could cut yourself all day, but you have kids, and your daughter told you, dude, that she only cuts herself because she saw your scars on your arm. Goofiness detector going off. I can't even catch goofiness. Gotta take the batteries out my goofy detector, bro. Goofy. Goofy. And you want to give me advice on how to raise my child? Tell him to you want me to tell my child, hey, when he asks, why are daddy and mommy not together anymore? What am I gonna tell him? You know what? I know you're only 5. Sit down here, have a cracker. Um, your mommy sucked another person's, uh, you know, on my birthday, and she came to my house and kissed me in my mouth. And then she lied about it. And then she broke up with me. She laughed in my face the next day when I told her that I was sad because one of my favorite rappers, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, died. And she broke up with me on April 7th. That's why we're not together. Do you want me to tell him that? Do you want me to grown him to think that his mom's exactly what he is, or do you want me to think that she's a respectable, responsible, honorable, loyal person? Exactly. That's why lies were created. To protect people from the truth. Okay? To protect. Guiding, guarding, protecting. That is the definition of a parent if you Google it. My definition of a parent is a guider, guarder, protector, provider, feeder of intelligence, knowledges, and specialized information. Guiding, guarder, protector, provider, feeder of specialized knowledge and information. Facts. So you're doing your child a disservice by not informing them, whether it's with lies or the truth. Okay? Day Day, a rapper from Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta. Bang bang. Said, if you're dead broke, that's your daddy's fault. Why? Because your father is supposed to lace you like a brand new pair of blue suede Timbs with the leather on the top. Okay? And you tie it in a way where you don't have to tie it every time you slip your foot. I need a new pair of Timbs. That's probably why I keep saying that. But you have to put your children in position to be in possession. Okay, my auntie was telling me a story about when a homeless guy asked her for some money, and she said, I feel bad for you, sir, but I don't give men money. Why? Because my grandmother was married to a pimp. Okay, and she instilled in her daughters the information that she should never do anything for a black man financially. Is that right or wrong? Is she protecting her, or is she lied to her daughter to protect her? I'm guessing from the lifestyle of pimping at home. Does that make her a good person or a bad person? It certainly protected her because where they grew up in Harvey, Illinois, was probably flooded with the lifestyle of pimping at home, prostitution, maintaining and obtaining. Okay, that's why lies are here. You can tell too much. That's why I frown upon these parents. Yeah, I want my child to have truth. I want him to have truth. But I don't want to place him in adult situations. I don't want to be irresponsible, bruh. I don't want that. Okay? So secondly, we have taking responsibility for what you're not responsible for. What is that? Taking responsibility for what you're not responsible for means understanding, affirming that you have a problem, that it was not your fault that this problem occurred and was introduced to you, but no one is going to get you out of this but yourself and your own deeds. I'm going to use this example, disclaimer. I don't have anything against people that are obese, overweight, or fat, but it's just easiest to use this analogy, okay? It's just easiest. I'm going to use two analogies. The second one is going to be bad, so it's okay. I was working at a 5-star restaurant when I lived in Oklahoma called BKZ's, right? And a family walked in. There was a 6'3" white guy, pretty nigga, fit. You could tell he worked out a little bit. A daughter that just got out of soccer practice, and a son that was about 8 years old that had on a karate gi, right? And then the mother. The mother was about 2 of me plus me, that wide. All right, 330 some plus pounds, right? And I said, welcome to BKZ's. BKZ's. How can I assist you? She said, yeah. What how much is the big Texas Whopper? I said the big that it's like 11.39. Ma'am, it's up there. I mean, after taxes, I don't know, like 11.52. I don't know, bro. And I looked at the dad. I said, "Okay, sir, I got that. The big Texas Whopper. All right, large. Yeah, I did. All right, sir. What would you like?" And he was like, I'm gonna have a Caesar chicken salad with balsamic. And I was like, all right, cool. Caesar chicken salad. What would you like to drink? Do you guys have water? Do we have water? What do you what you think this is? Saudi Arabia? Yeah, we have water. Would you like is that what you want? A water? You want a water? Um, yeah, I want a water. And I was like, all right, water. Okay, so now what are we gonna have for the kids? And they, I want some chicken nuggets. I want some chicken fries. And then, no. Do you guys have that? This is the mother. do you guys have that 2 for $10 Whopper meal? And I was like, yeah, I believe so. All right, I want to make that a double patty, large. And I was like, a double. And I looked at the dad, and he was looking like, and I was looking at him like, a double Whopper, large for a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. And he was just looking at me with these eyes, and I was like, bro, if you don't defend your kids' health and their future, what are you doing? You're gonna let. And I know in certain places in the world, there's matriarchies, and if you don't let that woman have her way, she's gonna scream and yell and break up with you and withhold her vagina. Bro, this is your children, bro. First of all, you're 6'3". You're a white man, the most desirable people in the fucking world. Ooh, I cursed one time. It's over. And, nigga, what the fuck? You probably make all the money to feed this rhinoceros. And again, no offense to people that are overweight. I understand that obesity is a genetic mutation in some forms, okay? But at the same time, bro, you put your balls before you put your woman's vagina before your children's health? Are you out your weak ass, dumb ass mind? You're gonna stand here and let this woman who doesn't make any money, probably hardly, with her motherfucking TJ Maxx ass motherfucking V-neck pink tee, decide the fate of your children's weight in front of your face and do nothing, you weak son of a bitch. You don't even deserve children, bruh. I hope it's better in your household. Not for you, for the children, bro. That's disgusting, bro. And I was looking at him like, and something told me to ask the children, "Are you sure you want?" Well, I mean, they said they wanted nuggets and fries. I'm gonna just get them the nuggets and fries. But I don't want to get fried because you know, I was in that position. But look, they're gonna grow up and think that's acceptable. A lot of people that I talked to in that state were just looking at me weird, like, what? You, a lot of people don't even know that you can survive without eating meat. They have no idea that you can eat meat and live. I mean, that you can not eat meat and live. There's people who told me they haven't. I've had conversations with people who told me they haven't drank water for 2 weeks. I've had conversations with people who told me they haven't eaten neither a fruit nor a vegetable for months. Do you understand there's people in this world who don't know that you can actually survive with eating some shit that you don't actually need? That's like saying that you don't know you can talk to people without Wi Fi or the internet. What the fuck? So, what I'm saying is, dudes and dudettes, is that something happened to you when you were younger. You might have been stuck in a specific paradigm, a specific matrix, but it's time. Now is the time, now is the hour. You are the magic, you are the power. What is magic? Magic is the ability to use the elements to manipulate the laws of the universe. That's what magic is. Some are mutable, some are immutable. But the ones that are mutable, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I understand. I had a girlfriend one time that would treat dudes like shit. She was a straight up predator, bro. She was a straight predator, bro. Predator. She would be driving niggas' cars, sleeping in niggas' houses when they were at work, getting money from niggas, manipulating and stipulating certain things. And I've told her, bro, straight up, I understand that your dad raped you. I know you, I understand that you had your first kiss with your brother. I understand that you lost your virginity with your brother. I understand that your dad raped you when you were young. I understand all these things. But you're an adult. You're an adult. You're grown. That happened when you were a child, bro. You can't keep treating people specific ways. Not just men, women too. She would lead these women on, tell them that she was a lesbian so they could, eat her pussy and laugh about it on the phone and record it and send me the pictures. And I'm like, bro, you're a demon, bro. You're a clout vampire, bro. You're a clout demon, nigga. You're a clout devil. I don't think this is funny because if I have children, they're gonna have to interact with you. You're people like you is why I don't want to have kids, bro. I have a child. I'm speaking in past tense language. People like you is the reason I don't want to have kids, bro. I don't think that's funny. You need to get the fuck over it. You think that therapy is only for white women. You think I shouldn't be what you want to program me. You trying to give me this program. Well, Aaron, I don't want you to work out. And I said, why? Because if you're working out, you're not gonna be able to spend time with me. No, nigga, you don't want me to work out because you don't want me to be attractive to other women because you know you're not shit. Because you know you're not shit. Because you know that you're a user. Nobody wants to be around you because you're a fucking destructive fucking demon. And the only way to keep a motherfucker around you is to make him as unattractive as you can to other females. If you're a drug addict, if you have many problems and your woman enables you, let me be the first to tell you, my nigga, wake the fuck up. She only wants you to not work out, keep smoking all these cigarettes, keep gambling, keep fucking off your money. Doesn't tell you that you need a shower. Doesn't tell you that you need to get your shit together. Doesn't tell you that you need to braid your hair. Doesn't tell you that you need to get, better dreads. Doesn't tell you that you need to get some cover-ups on the tattoos. You know why she doesn't do that? To make you more unattractive to other women that could be attracted to you because her ass is needy as fuck and she can't replace you, my nigga. If your woman never told you that you need to work out and you don't work out, or you need to stop smoking cigarettes, and you probably said, well, I smoke cigarettes and I'm drinking and I'm doing this and you need to accept it how it is. You know why she accepted it? Because a lot of females won't accept that shit. A lot of females will get you in line and help you get off and help you get on. If you're a real one, if you really are about that, if you really have real potential, you're gonna run across somebody who's gonna help you with your issues and not enable you. The only reason that your woman enables you is so you won't leave her duty ass, bro. Her duty ass. I don't know what I was trying to say, but her stupid ass. She doesn't. You think a woman wants you to smoke? If a woman wants you to smoke cigarettes and be a drug addict, it's because she doesn't fucking love you. She needs you, bro. She needs you. She needs you. You have a lot more power. I'm single. Same goes for the women too. I'm not. This not just for the dudes. It's for the females too. Tell your man that you're going to the gym. See what happens. He might say, all right, but for a minute, he gonna see that booty getting bigger and them legs looking a little thick on him. He's gonna get scared, bro. She's gonna get scared, bro. That's what I want everybody to do. It's about to be what? December? This gonna be do it December. Go to the gym. Stop smoking cigarettes. Try to stop drinking. Try to stop smoking. Become more attractive in front of your mate and see what happens. That's the ultimate test. None of my girlfriends have encouraged me to work out. All of them were my enemies. I said, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to start doing like 200 push-ups again a day. No, I like your body how it is. If they say gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, if they say, well, I like your body how it is, that's saying unless you got a big ass booty and it's round and it's fat if you're a female, sometimes we do like that. We do like it how it is. You start working out and walking and up down the stairs, that shit gonna get litter. And some you like that. Ooh, shaking. Alright, but sometimes it's like that, right? Sometimes it's like that. But if you're no woman, most women don't like skinny niggas, bro. Like my chest, I know from here to here, no, my chest is flat. Look, I started doing push-ups and doing. I don't do. I don't even know what to call them, bro. Bench presses, because that's an unhealthy workout. Because that's not a natural motion. Our ancestors were not pushing things on their backs. There's other ways you can strengthen your pectoral muscles, upper, middle, and lower, without doing bench presses. Google it. I think it's called isopronic workouts or isophonic. I can't remember. But every time I told my girls that I would start working out, they would go into a panic because they knew, look at this face, that I would get a higher vibrational, higher value, younger woman than them with money, with no kids. Okay? But you gotta start being responsible for what you're not responsible for. The diets. I know you may have gotten molested or raped and you treat people a specific way. You're not doing that because you got molested or raped. You're not doing that because your parents raised you a specific way. You're not doing that because when this chick had the nerve to I said, "Hey baby, you know I like you. Before before we get started, I just want you to know I'm in a bad position financially. I'm financially humble right now. And I need help from time to time. Would you ever give your boyfriend money?" And she said, "No." Was when I was 16, I was so in love with this guy. I started working at KFC, and I would give him all my checks. And I was like, "You're 24, so you're not gonna help me out financially because of what somebody did when you were 16." Yeah, that's the last time I was in love. Like, you're gonna be the first guy that I'm gonna be in a relationship with that I'm really in love. No, I'm not, baby, because you got some issues. No, I'm not gonna be. And maybe that was a test, but I wasn't willing to. I wasn't willing to pass that. I don't even buy my boyfriend things on their birthday because of this guy did to. Okay, well then, fuck you. Damn, I wish I could sing. But nah, bro, you gotta be. You didn't. You're not. You're doing things because you're making the choice. This is why we got these questions. We got affirmation, question. Affirmation. I'm doing this not because I was raised like this. Slash. Not because I was put in this situation. Insert situation here. I'm doing this because I want to do it. Three miracle questions. What can I do to change it? How is this going to affect my future? Third miracle question. Is this the person I want to be? Now, you can tamper with them and put them in whatever order, but first is the magical affirmation. Magical affirmation. I'm doing this because I want to do this, not because I was raised like this, not because I was raped or molested, not because I was bamboozled, not because I was hoodwinked, not because I was swindled, none of that. Not because of the environment I was raised in. I'm doing this because I want to do it. I'm impoverished because I want to be impoverished. I'm not sick and tired enough to not be impoverished. I don't read the books that I need to read. I don't get the specialized knowledge. I purposely don't do it because I'm not sick and tired enough. I don't go on pdfdrive.com and get all the free books that I can get free downloads on Android and on computers. Free books, millions of them. The knowledge is there. This is the internet. Now is the time. Now is the hour. You are the magic. You are the power. You're doing it because you want to. You're watching this because you want to. You have this information because you want to. Do you want to be that type of person? Is that what you're happy with? Are you okay? Are you comfortable? Look around you. Is your house big enough? Is your car fast enough? Okay. Does your hair dye stay in your hair long enough? Does your girlfriend do what she needs to do that you want her to do long enough? Does your boyfriend do what he needs to do for you long enough? Does any of that happen? Are your kids being obedient enough? Okay. Is your weed loud enough? Does your job pay enough? If any of those questions are no, whatever the Whatever the answer is to any of those questions is because you allow it, you force it to be like that. You willed it to be like that. You manipulated the universe to get these results, bro. You're doing it on purpose. You like it. And don't say you don't, because that's not true. Responsibility, accountability. It's the new wave. Ride it. Okay? What can I do to do you want to be this type of person? You know you don't. How can you change it? I mean, not how can you change it? How is this going to affect the future? Not just your future, because you're not on this planet by yourself. You do have to take care of yourself first, however, but you're not on this planet by yourself. As much as it feels like you are, you're not. How is this going to affect your future, your parents' future, children's future, people who look up to you? You walk down the street and people see you doing the same stuff you do every day. Your pets, the future of your future responsibilities, relationships, how you communicate. What you do is communicate it subtly, directly, indirectly, in a lot of ways. What you do in private, people can see that. People know what you do when you're by yourself, bro, and don't think anything less. Don't think people have intuitions. People have these. What you do in private is going to reflect in your personal, in your direct interactions with people. It's going to happen. It's not your choice. It's not your choice. How is this going to influence your communication? What you do in private directly affects your communication. And communication rules the nation, baby. Okay? Facts. You can't get what you want unless you can communicate properly. And you can't communicate specific messages if you sacrifice babies when you're on your downtime as a hobby, or if you beat up, if you breed poodles and you beat them up on purpose to make you happy. People are gonna know you beat up little baby dogs. People are gonna know that, bro. We're all connected. We're all one. Okay? How is this gonna affect my future? And what can I do? What knowledges do I need to obtain? Who do I need to speak to? A professional? A doctor, perhaps? Someone who's written books? A website? A forum? A group? A league of people? What can I do? What? Not why. Not how. What can I do? What are my options? What are the methods? What are the techniques? What are the steps? What are the ideas that I need to embrace? What are the philosophies? Okay? You have the power. It's a choice. What happened to you was not a choice. How you respond to it after you're an adult, that's absolutely a choice. Now's the time. The alcohol's always going to be here. Stop it. The weed's always going to be here. Stop it. The women's and the men's always going to be here. Stop it. The casino, that's always going to be here. You're not doing the best. You're not the best. You're not the best. I can guarantee you that. Get rid of that. I understand, yes, I have vices. We all have vices. But I like it. Okay? That's my choice. I didn't smoke cigarettes because somebody gave me a cigarette and asked me why I don't smoke cigarettes and if I want to try one. That's not why I smoke them, bro. It's a choice. I stopped smoking cigarettes a lot. It's a choice. I like it. I didn't start drinking. I mean, I don't keep drinking because when I was on the run from the police when I was 17, my family member bought me some alcohol and I just kept it. It's a choice. I like it. Okay? What you do right now that makes you uncomfortable, if you're not changing it, not like you're in a wheelchair and you have both legs, both arms, you can see, smell, hear, make babies that you can't take care of. It's a choice, bro. You live in a neighborhood right now that you don't like because it's a choice. If you got out of jail, you have some time to think about life, okay? I understand that. I'm in that same situation. It's not uncomfortable enough for me to not move, bro. That's why I live in this situation. You think you're going through things, you're going through things because of the level of boredom that you think you would have, or the level of drama that you think you would have. Laziness, that's not a factor. I believe in lazy people. I understand being lazy very well. Okay? A lot of people don't go through certain things or are going through certain things because they like drama, bro. A lot of people live in the hood because it's definitely more entertaining than living in the suburbs, let me tell you. Living in the suburbs, it's boring. It's quiet. You can meditate, you can read, you can walk down the street without a lot of things happening. And nobody walks down the street in the suburbs. So you don't get to meet that many interesting people unless you actually go to your destination. You're not gonna meet all kind of friends and partners. That's not gonna happen, bro, in the suburbs. A lot of people, I think, subconsciously stay in these impoverished neighborhoods because they know how boring it is in the suburb. Whatever the case is, you like it. Don't say you don't say you can't stand that nigga and you can't stand that girl and you can't. Yeah, you love her, bro. You like the drama. You like that it's not boring. That's what it is. But that's it, man. You make your own choices in life. You make your own choices. People go through things because their parents set them up to win. Some people's parents don't set them up to win. Some people aren't born with a silver spoon in their mouths. But after a certain point in life, it's up to you. Sometimes you have to deprogram yourself. Cognitive behavioral therapy. Change your emotions about how you feel on certain things. Ugh, and go from there. All right. Now is the time. Now is the hour. You are the magic. You are the power. That's it, man. It's Aaron Moses. Life is in the breath. Breathing in. Peace.